Let me tell you about a woman who walks alone. She is not lost. She is not uncertain. She is strong. She is confident. And she is walking toward her destiny. Her journey may be different from others, but that's exactly why it's so powerful. She chooses to walk alone, not out of loneliness, but because she understands that the greatest strength comes from within. Strength in solitude is a powerful concept, one that many people fail to fully appreciate until they are faced with a period of being alone. It's often misunderstood as a time of weakness, loneliness, or emptiness. However, true strength comes from the ability to be at peace with oneself, to be comfortable in your own company, and to grow from the moments of solitude that life may bring. When a person walks alone, especially a woman, it often challenges the norms of what society expects. We are taught from an early age to rely on others, to find strength in groups, and to define our success by how we are perceived or how well we fit into the collective. But in reality, there is an immense and undeniable power that comes from standing alone, from taking the time to connect with your own inner self. Solitude offers the opportunity to hear our own thoughts without the distraction of outside noise. In the silence, we discover our true desires, values, and passions. In a world that is constantly moving and bustling, it's easy to lose sight of who we really are. But when we take the time to be alone, to step away from the chaos, we can hear the soft whispers of our heart and soul. These whispers are often the voices of our dreams, our fears, our hopes, and our ambitions, all waiting to be acknowledged and nurtured. Being alone also offers us the space to heal. Life struggles, challenges, and heartaches often leave us bruised, and sometimes the only way to mend is through solitude. When we remove ourselves from the noise and the pressures of the outside world, we give ourselves permission to grieve, to reflect, and to process the experiences that have shaped us. In these quiet moments, we begin to rebuild ourselves. We may not realize it in the moment, but we are growing stronger with every tear, with every moment of introspection. Strength is not born from perfection, but from the ability to rise again and again after every fall. When we are alone, we are also forced to take responsibility for our own lives. It is easy to blame others or circumstances for our problems, but when we face life on our own, we realize that we hold the key to our future. The choices we make, the actions we take, and the way we respond to challenges all come from within. Solitude teaches us accountability. It allows us to examine our own weaknesses and faults without the protection or distraction of external influences. We become the architects of our own destiny. Solitude gives us the freedom to grow without comparison. In a world where everyone's progress is measured against others, solitude offers a safe space to develop at our own pace. There is no need to measure ourselves against others, no need to keep up with someone else's journey. When we are alone, we set our own pace, follow our own rhythm, and chase the goals that are important to us, not what is expected by others. It's in this freedom that true growth occurs. It is when we shed the need for validation from the outside world that we can truly blossom into who we are meant to be. Being alone also deepens our relationship with ourselves. It teaches us self-reliance and self-love. It's a time for us to nurture our own mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Instead of looking to others to fulfill us, we learn to fulfill ourselves. This self-sufficiency is not about isolating ourselves from others, but about understanding that we are enough on our own. We come to realize that we are complete even when no one else is around. This realization allows us to engage in healthier, more fulfilling relationships because we no longer seek out others to fill a void within us. We have learned to be whole on our own. Solitude is not about loneliness. It is about the strength we find when we are by ourselves, when we strip away the distractions, the expectations, and the noise of the world. It is in those moments that we truly find our power, our clarity, and our path. Solitude gives us the chance to reconnect with who we are, to heal, to grow, and to become the best version of ourselves. When we embrace the strength in solitude, we walk through life with a sense of purpose, knowing that we are fully capable of facing whatever challenges come our way. Courage to stand alone is not just about walking a path without anyone beside you. It is about embracing your own strength, following your own convictions, and staying true to your beliefs, even when the world around you may not understand or support your decisions. It is about the unwavering confidence in knowing that your path, though different from others, is just as important and valid. Often society teaches us that we should follow the crowd, that strength is found in numbers, and that success is defined by fitting in. But the courage to stand alone is rooted in the understanding that real power lies in the ability to trust yourself, to listen to your inner voice, and to stand firm in your decisions, even when they go against the grain. It is an act of bravery to take that first step when no one is walking beside you, to step into the unknown, knowing that the only person you can rely on is yourself. The courage to stand alone is deeply tied to self-belief. It takes an immense amount of confidence to make choices that are right for you, regardless of the opinions or judgments of others. Often the hardest part is not the actual decision, but the fear of what others will think or how they might react. People are quick to offer their opinions, to tell you what they think you should do or what they believe is best for you. But the courage to stand alone means trusting that you know yourself better than anyone else. It means knowing that your journey, your dreams, and your ambitions are uniquely yours to pursue. When you stand alone, you may find yourself facing moments of doubt and uncertainty. These moments are natural, and they come with the territory of making decisions that are true to your heart. It's easy to fall into the trap of seeking approval from others, especially when you're doing something different, something that challenges the norm. However, standing alone requires you to face these doubts head on, to push past the fear of rejection, and to have the courage to move forward despite the uncertainty. It is in these moments of vulnerability that your true strength shines. The courage to stand alone also means taking responsibility for your life. When you are walking your own path, there is no one else to blame for your successes or your failures. Every choice you make, every direction you take, and every step you move forward is on you. While this can feel daunting at times, it also gives you the power to shape your own destiny. You are no longer bound by the expectations of others or the influence of outside forces. You are free to carve your own way, to make mistakes, and to learn from them without anyone else's judgment clouding your path. In standing alone, you also find clarity. When you are not distracted by the opinions and actions of others, you can focus fully on what is important to you. You can listen to your own heart, find your own truth, and pursue your own vision for your life. This clarity can be a source of immense power as it allows you to move forward with purpose and determination. There is no need for external validation because you are already clear about who you are and what you want. The courage to stand alone teaches you resilience. Life is not always easy, and there will be times when standing alone feels incredibly hard. You might face challenges that seem impossible to overcome. But each time you rise from these challenges, each time you continue forward in the face of adversity, you become stronger. Your resilience grows because you've learned that you don't need anyone else to give you permission to succeed or to be happy. You have everything you need within you to overcome whatever comes your way. Finally, standing alone gives you the opportunity to discover your true self. When you walk in the direction that only you can see, when you follow your own dreams without the influence of others, you begin to understand who you really are. You strip away the layers that have been built up by outside expectations and begin to uncover the person you were always meant to be. This self-discovery is not always easy, but it is worth every step. To have the courage to stand alone is to embrace your individuality, to trust your intuition, and to believe in your ability to create the life you desire. It is a powerful and transformative journey that shapes you into the person you are meant to become. And in doing so, you inspire others to find the courage to stand alone as well. Embracing self-love is a journey of self-discovery, self-acceptance, and self-compassion. It is about recognizing your worth, appreciating the person you are, and nurturing your own well-being, both emotionally and physically. For too long, many people, especially women, have been taught to put others first, to seek validation from external sources, and to measure their value by how they are perceived by the world. But true self-love is about shifting that mindset. It's about understanding that your value comes from within and that you are enough exactly as you are. To embrace self-love means to learn to appreciate yourself without the need for validation from others. In a world that constantly tells us to be better, to do more, and to achieve more, it's easy to forget that our worth is not determined by our accomplishments, our appearance, or our status. The foundation of self-love is understanding that you are inherently worthy simply because you exist. It means recognizing your strengths, but also accepting your imperfections. It's not about being perfect, but about accepting who you are at every stage of your journey, good days and bad days, triumphs and failures, moments of confidence and moments of doubt. Embracing self-love involves shifting your focus inward and learning to listen to your own needs. Too often, people are caught up in pleasing others, in meeting the expectations placed on them by family, friends, or society. This can lead to neglecting their own desires, their own passions, and ultimately their own happiness. But self-love requires you to pay attention to your own heart, to acknowledge what truly matters to you, and to make decisions that honor your authentic self. It's about giving yourself permission to put your needs first without feeling guilty or selfish. When you embrace self-love, you understand that taking care of yourself is not only essential for your well-being, but it also enables you to be the best version of yourself for others. Part of embracing self-love is learning to forgive yourself. Many people carry around the weight of past mistakes, failures, or regrets, constantly punishing themselves for things that they cannot change. But self-love involves letting go of this heavy burden. It means recognizing that everyone makes mistakes, and that these mistakes do not define you. They are simply part of the process of growing and learning. Forgiveness is a key element of self-love because it allows you to release the guilt and shame that holds you back. When you forgive yourself, you open the door to healing, growth, and a renewed sense of peace. Another essential aspect of self-love is developing a kind and loving inner dialogue. How often do we speak to ourselves in ways that we would never speak to others? We can be our harshest critics, tearing ourselves down for the smallest mistakes, or doubting our abilities and worth. But self-love requires us to change this narrative. It means speaking to yourself with the same kindness, encouragement, and compassion that you would offer to a close friend. It means reframing negative thoughts and replacing them with positive affirmations of your value. When you begin to nurture yourself through kind words, your perception of yourself shifts, and you begin to see the beauty in who you are, inside and out. Self-love is also about setting boundaries. It's about recognizing that you have the right to protect your energy, your time, and your peace. Often we allow others to overstep our boundaries, whether it's in relationships, work, or everyday life. But embracing self-love means standing firm in what is acceptable to you and what isn't. It's about knowing that you have the right to say no when something doesn't align with your values or your well-being. Setting boundaries is not about shutting others out, but about creating space for yourself to thrive and grow without being drained by external pressures. Embracing self-love requires patience and commitment. It's not something that happens overnight, and it's not something that can be achieved through external achievements or possessions. It is a daily practice, a conscious choice to value and care for yourself, no matter what. Some days will be easier than others, but the key is to keep coming back to self-love, to remind yourself that you are worthy, and to continue making choices that support your well-being. Over time, the more you nurture yourself, the stronger and more resilient you become. Your self-love becomes a foundation that empowers you to handle life's challenges with grace, confidence, and inner peace. Embracing self-love is an act of liberation. It frees you from the constraints of seeking approval from others, from the pressures to be something you're not, and from the belief that you are not enough. When you love yourself fully and unconditionally, you open up the possibility to live authentically, to follow your own path, and to create the life that you truly desire. Self-love allows you to show up as your best self, not because you are perfect, but because you accept yourself as your flaws, strengths, and everything in between. Faith in the unknown is a powerful force that carries us through life's uncertainties and challenges. It is about trusting that even when the path ahead is unclear, there is a purpose behind every step we take, and that we are not walking alone. Often we find ourselves standing at the edge of a new chapter, unsure of what lies ahead, afraid of what we might encounter along the way. But faith in the unknown encourages us to take that first step, even when we can't see the whole picture. It's the belief that the journey is just as important as the destination, and that we are being guided towards something greater than we can fully comprehend in the moment. The unknown can be intimidating. It can bring up feelings of fear, doubt, and anxiety. It's natural for our minds to want to know exactly what's going to happen, to plan every detail, and to seek control over every outcome. But life doesn't always work that way. Sometimes we are called to step into uncertainty without a clear roadmap, without the guarantees that we often desire. It's in these moments that faith becomes essential. Faith in the unknown is the understanding that while we may not have all the answers, we trust that things will unfold in the right way at the right time. It's about releasing the need to control everything and allowing ourselves to be open to the possibilities that lie ahead. One of the most powerful aspects of faith in the unknown is the belief in a purpose that is bigger than ourselves. When we walk in faith, we trust that there is meaning in every experience, even those that seem confusing or difficult. We may not always understand why things happen the way they do, but we trust that there is a greater plan unfolding, even if it is hidden from our view in the moment. Faith teaches us that our experiences, both the highs and the lows, are all part of our growth. Each step into the unknown is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become more aligned with our true purpose. Even when the path is unclear, we can trust that every twist and turn is leading us towards something greater than we can imagine. Faith in the unknown also requires us to trust ourselves. It is easy to second guess our decisions when we can't see the full picture, but faith encourages us to trust the inner wisdom that we carry. Each of us has a unique intuition, a knowing deep within us that guides us when we are unsure. It's that quiet voice that speaks to us when we're at a crossroads, urging us to move forward, even when the road seems uncertain. Having faith in the unknown is about listening to that inner voice, trusting our instincts, and moving forward with courage. It's a reminder that we are capable of navigating the unknown, that we have the strength and resilience to face whatever comes our way. Another aspect of faith in the unknown is letting go of the need for perfection. So often we fear the unknown because we feel like we need to have everything figured out before we take a step. We fear making mistakes, facing failure, or experiencing disappointment. But faith teaches us that perfection is not the goal. In fact, it is through our imperfections, our mistakes, and our failures that we learn the most. The unknown is not something to fear, but something to embrace, knowing that the lessons we learn along the way are just as valuable as the successes we experience. Faith in the unknown allows us to embrace the journey, even when we don't know exactly where it will lead. In embracing faith in the unknown, we also learn the importance of surrender. We cannot control everything, and sometimes the most powerful thing we can do is to let go and allow life to unfold naturally. It's the act of surrendering to the process, knowing that we don't have all the answers, but trusting that we are being led toward what we need when we need it. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means releasing the burden of trying to control every aspect of our lives. It means accepting that there is power in not knowing, and that through surrender, we open ourselves to new possibilities and experiences that we may never have considered before. When we have faith in the unknown, we approach life with a sense of adventure. The unknown is not a place of danger, but a space of endless potential. It is where dreams are born, where new ideas take shape, and where growth happens. By embracing the unknown, we open ourselves to transformation and discovery. We no longer see the unknown as something to be feared, but as an exciting opportunity to step into something new, to challenge ourselves, and to trust that we are exactly where we need to be. Faith in the unknown is a reminder that life is not about having all the answers, but about trusting that the answers will come when the time is right. And when we trust in the process, we find that the journey becomes just as meaningful as the destination. Breaking free from expectations is one of the most liberating acts a person can undertake in their life. It involves releasing the pressure to conform to society's standards, family's hopes, or the world's demands, and instead embracing your true self. From an early age, we are taught to meet certain expectations, whether it's excelling in school, following a particular career path, or living up to the standards set by those around us. These expectations, while often well-meaning, can become a heavy burden that keeps us from fully exploring who we are and what we want out of life. The first step in breaking free from these expectations is recognizing them for what they are: external forces that don't always align with our personal desires or true nature. We are raised in an environment where we are often told what is acceptable, what is successful, and what is right. But these societal norms and expectations are not universal truths. They are simply guidelines that may or may not be in harmony with who we are as individuals. When we begin to question these expectations, we create the space for self-discovery. It's only by challenging what we've been taught that we can start to determine what we truly believe, what truly matters to us, and what we are passionate about. Breaking free from expectations is also about learning to trust your own voice. We spend much of our lives listening to the opinions of others, allowing their words to shape our decisions and direct our paths. But the truth is, no one knows you better than you know yourself. When we silence the external noise and listen to our own inner guidance, we tap into a powerful source of wisdom and clarity. This voice speaks from a place of authenticity, guiding us toward decisions that reflect our true desires, not the desires of others. It is this inner wisdom that helps us navigate the complexities of life and find our unique place in the world. One of the challenges in breaking free from expectations is the fear of disappointing others. We are often taught to prioritize the happiness and approval of those around us, especially our family and friends. The idea of going against the grain, of choosing a path that may not align with others' dreams for us, can feel uncomfortable or even guilt-inducing. But the truth is, we can't live our lives for someone else. When we suppress our own desires to meet others' expectations, we risk losing sight of who we are and what we truly want. We must learn that it is okay to disappoint others if it means honoring our own truth. After all, living authentically is the only way to create a life that is truly fulfilling. Breaking free from expectations also requires us to release the fear of failure. So much of what we're taught is focused on achieving success in a way that is recognized by others. We are told that success looks a certain way, and if we don't achieve it in that specific manner, we have failed. But when we let go of the need to meet others' definitions of success, we redefine what success means for ourselves. Success is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It's about finding joy in what we do, being at peace with who we are, and pursuing the goals that align with our values and passions. Failure is no longer something to fear, but an opportunity to learn, grow, and pivot in a direction that feels more aligned with our true self. Another critical aspect of breaking free from expectations is embracing the discomfort of change. Moving away from what is expected and forging our own path can be unsettling. We may face resistance from those who are invested in the version of us they have in mind. They may not understand our decisions or our desire for change, and this can create feelings of guilt or doubt. But growth often requires us to move through discomfort. Change is a natural part of life, and it's through change that we evolve into the person we were always meant to be. Embracing discomfort means accepting that we will not always please everyone, and that's okay. What matters most is staying true to our own journey, even when it feels challenging. Breaking free from expectations is also about embracing our imperfections. We live in a world that often glorifies perfection, whether it's in appearance, success, or relationships. But true freedom comes when we accept that we don't have to be perfect to be worthy of love, success, or happiness. When we release the need for perfection, we allow ourselves to be human. We allow ourselves to make mistakes, to learn from them, and to grow. Embracing our imperfections means giving ourselves permission to be flawed and still be worthy, to be growing and still be complete. The power of breaking free from expectations lies in the ability to live life on our own terms. It's about creating a life that is authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling, one that is driven by our own passions, desires, and values. When we free ourselves from the burden of living up to others' expectations, we reclaim our personal power. We take control of our future and create the space to become the person we are meant to be. Breaking free from expectations is not an easy task, but it is one of the most rewarding journeys we can take. Empowerment through purpose is a transformative force that can ignite a sense of meaning and direction in our lives. When we live with purpose, we feel a deep sense of fulfillment, as if every action and decision we make aligns with something greater than ourselves. Purpose is not just a goal or a destination, but a guiding force that shapes our identity and motivates us to move forward, even in the face of adversity. It is the driving energy that fuels our passions, pushes us through challenges, and helps us maintain resilience when life feels uncertain. At the heart of empowerment through purpose is the belief that each individual has a unique calling. It is easy to feel lost in the rush of daily life, caught up in the routines and obligations that often seem to define our existence. But when we connect with our deeper sense of purpose, we begin to see beyond the surface of our everyday tasks. Purpose provides clarity, allowing us to see the bigger picture and reminding us that our lives have meaning even in the smallest moments. It is the spark that propels us towards something more, something that resonates with our core values, passions, and abilities. Living with purpose is about knowing who we are and what we stand for. It requires self-awareness, the courage to reflect on our true desires, and the willingness to face what truly matters to us. This can be a daunting task, especially when we've spent much of our lives seeking approval from others or following paths laid out by societal expectations. But empowerment through purpose begins when we shift our focus inward and trust that we have the wisdom within us to define our own journey. It's about listening to the voice inside that guides us toward authenticity, even when it contradicts what others may expect or advise. Purpose gives us the strength to persevere in the face of challenges. Life is not always easy, and obstacles are inevitable. However, when we are connected to our purpose, we find the inner strength to push through difficult times. Purpose acts as a constant reminder of why we keep going, even when the road ahead seems long or uncertain. It helps us view challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities for growth. With purpose as our compass, we are better equipped to handle the hardships that come our way, knowing that they are part of a larger story that is unfolding in our lives. Empowerment through purpose also means that we are no longer living for others' expectations or trying to meet external standards. Instead, we are focused on fulfilling our own potential. When we align our actions with our purpose, we start to make decisions that are not based on fear, doubt, or the desire to please others, but on what truly excites and drives us. This shift in perspective empowers us to act boldly, to take risks, and to pursue dreams that we may have once thought impossible. It frees us from the constraints of seeking validation from others and enables us to create a life that is authentically ours. The power of purpose extends beyond our own personal growth. When we live with purpose, we are also more equipped to impact the world around us. Purpose often connects us to something larger than ourselves, whether it's a cause, a community, or a vision that we want to see realized. When we work towards something meaningful, our actions have a ripple effect, inspiring and motivating others to find their own sense of purpose. Empowerment through purpose doesn't just change us, it has the potential to transform the lives of those we encounter. The more connected we are to our purpose, the more we are able to contribute to the greater good, using our unique talents and abilities to create positive change in the world. In addition, living with purpose brings a sense of peace and fulfillment that cannot be found in external achievements alone. While success and accomplishments are important, they are often fleeting. Purpose, on the other hand, provides a deep sense of satisfaction that transcends external circumstances. It is the inner knowing that we are living in alignment with who we truly are. This peace is rooted in the understanding that our worth is not determined by what we do or how much we achieve, but by the simple fact that we are living in alignment with our deepest values. Purpose also gives us direction. In times of uncertainty, when life feels chaotic or overwhelming, having a clear sense of purpose helps us navigate through the storm. It provides us with a sense of clarity, helping us make decisions and take action even when the outcome is not immediately clear. Purpose acts as an anchor, grounding us in times of confusion and reminding us that there is a bigger picture at play. It keeps us focused and motivated, preventing us from getting lost in distractions or feeling discouraged by setbacks. Empowerment through purpose is a lifelong journey that requires us to stay open to growth, to change, and to the possibilities that life presents. It's about continually refining our understanding of who we are and what we are meant to do in the world. As we evolve, so too does our purpose, and the more we embrace it, the more empowered we become. Purpose is not just a destination. To reach it is a way of being, a source of strength, and a tool for transformation. When we embrace it fully, we tap into a power within ourselves that can change our lives and in turn the world around us. In conclusion, empowerment through purpose is not just about achieving goals, but about connecting deeply with who we are and why we are here. It is about embracing our unique journey, trusting in our abilities, and finding the courage to pursue what truly matters to us. When we live with purpose, we become resilient in the face of challenges, confident in our decisions, and driven by a sense of meaning that transcends external expectations. Purpose enables us to break free from the noise of the world, giving us clarity and direction as we navigate life's uncertainties. Ultimately, purpose is the foundation of true empowerment. It unlocks our potential, fuels our passions, and allows us to create lives that are authentic, fulfilling, and impactful. By embracing our purpose, we not only transform ourselves, but we also inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond ourselves.